1749, after the beheading of King Charles I, Oliver Cromwell came to power. England was proclaimed a Commonwealth, that is a republic, and until 1653, so from 1649 to 1653, England was under the rule of the House of Commons, a sort of parliament called the Rump, that is the survivors of a former legislature, after a majority of them were expelled. So all the royalists have been expelled and only the Roundheads had remained. And the House of Lords, in fact, had been abolished, and only the House of Commons had survived. There were many different royalist reactions against Cromwell all over the country. The first one was in the Battle of Drogheda in September 1649, in which Ireland and Scotland reacted against Cromwell, and in this battle Cromwell massacred the combined forces of Protestant and Catholic royalists. Then in 1615, again, in the Battle of Dunbar in September, the Scots decided to invade England and place the son of the executed king on the throne. But even on that occasion, the Cromwell was swift and brutal in his response and completely destroyed the Scottish army. From 1653, the army appointed Cromwell Lord Protector of a realm. He had refused the powers of a king, but he reigned over the three kingdoms of Ireland, England, and Scotland. And in 1655, another royalist reaction broke out, and definitely on that occasion, Cromwell decided to set a military rule to create a system of regional army officials and to run a military dictatorship that lasted until 1657. So from 1653 to 1657. Cromwell had also an aggressive foreign policy. In the British society, he set an oppressive regime. He closed down all the theatres because they were considered immoral, and he denied the freedom of the press, and the Parliament introduced also the Adultery Act, which introduced a death sentence for adultery or incest. After Cromwell, his son Richard succeeded. Richard wasn't similar to his father, had no attitude for the role of dictator, and in fact he resigned. After his resignation, the Republic slowly fell apart, and the reign was ready for the restoration of the Stuart.